Hi Leo, and welcome to Soul Guidance with Adriana. I have an intuitive reading for you today. I'll be asking for messages from your higher guidance to help you at this time on your path. And I'll also be creating an extended reading from this video, so whatever comes through we'll just keep flowing with and getting more information about it. If you yourself or you know someone who would like more individual support, I do offer private readings. And if you'd like to get in touch, there's information in the description below. The link for the extended video will also be in the description below. All right, Leo, so let's go ahead and get started. I drew some cards before this video. We've got the Seronis, which is also the Devil card, Three of Swords, Ace of Swords, and the Lord, which is the Emperor. We're looking at the theme of really needing to put up much stronger boundaries. It looks like for some time you've been feeling a bit exploited, or that you haven't been able to, I want to say, harness what feels like healthy boundaries between you and another person. It's somehow that the energy just kind of gets a little bit out of control and you don't know how to stop it, or you haven't been able to stop it. And then what happens is after the event, you turn around and you feel like you've lost something, you've betrayed yourself, or that something has been taken from you. Again, that theme of exploitation. But I do see that you will come to this decision, the Ace of Swords. You're going to be coming to this decision where you're like, no more. I'm going to cut off that self that's so easily exploited, that doesn't see what's coming. I'm going to cut that off. And I'm also feeling like some of this may have to do with cutting off interactions with the other person. That's not going to be possible for everyone, but this is where the Lord comes in to help us. I really love this card because he's got armor, he's very stable, he's very grounded, and he just looks like, that paragon of just like, you can't get through me, you know? You can try to knock me over, but you won't, and you can't get through, your energy can't get through. Let me ask about what's been going on with you energetically, Leo. What's been going on with Leo's energy? Okay. The Lady, the Hanged Man, the Four of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles. Okay, feels like you're trying to build something new with your Three of Pentacles, Four of Wands. But let's go a little bit beyond that. You've been trying to understand for yourself whether or not it's the right moment to cut something off. We've got the theme of the harvest going on in both these cards. And the harvest, you can even see the little scythe in the background. I don't know if that's really visible on your video. But this idea of needing to cut off, it's like we harvest when things are ripe, when they're done growing, and if they were to grow anymore, they would either die or they become past their prime. And so you have been feeling and trying to work out if this is the right time. You're feeling it, but you're not sure if it's the right time, and you've just been kind of waiting for a sign. And on the other side, you're so ready to start something new. You're ready to start this new relationship or new phase. And you'd really like to see some visible progress. You'd like to know that, again, we're looking for that visible sign of, is it the right time? Am I doing the right thing? It still feels like, we do have fours, which would make me think that the foundation is strong, but I'm more feeling like there's again, not sure if the foundation is actually strong. It's like you see the potential for it to be strong, but it doesn't really feel that it's that rooted. And so I think the cards I drew for you earlier is your eventual, where things are going for you eventually. You know, you may be in one of these places, you may still be here in the process, you may be all the way over here in the process, but we're kind of looking at where this is going all together. I dropped the lady, so let me pick her up. Okay, so we're not feeling like the foundation is that secure. So what needs to be learned right now? We got the dog companionship, song lines, the orca and hyena, the fears, and the fear is coming forward. Ah, okay, I see. So Leo, this is a situation, this feels like a situation where you're thinking that you need to heal. You need to have certain things done. I used to see this all the time when I worked at a metaphysical store. You know, people would think that they needed to go to this sound therapy and this sound bath and to buy this crystal and to, to go to one more workshop or to go to one more healing session or, visit this shaman retreat. It's like you're trying so hard to get to the root of the problem, but your process is actually more, it has the effect of distracting you from actually getting into the core of where you're trying to go. Okay, there's nothing wrong with any of the above that I just listened, and at the right time, any of those modalities can be really helpful to your healing process. But it's as if you're going through the motions of healing, or you're thinking that you're going through the motions of healing. You know, like when people go to an acupuncture session, or maybe you get some energy work done, and then you go and eat a toxic meal. Like you put toxins back in your body, having just released all of them. It's like you think that the session itself will heal you altogether without realizing that you've actually got to take that healing in command. So you're going through the motions of what is looking like deep work, but it is because there's a fear in facing the truth about the energy in this card here, about the energy and understanding what loyalty really is. And so it's like you would rather go to more and more of these appointments or distractions or healing sessions rather than face the fact that you've been betrayed by someone close to you. You're kind of hoping that if you can heal yourself enough, either you won't have to see that betrayal, you won't have to face that betrayal, or the betrayal won't exist. But I'm telling you, Leo, the betrayal is real. You're not making it up. It's real, okay? And why does it feel scary for Leo to face their fear? Why does this feel scary? You're afraid of the way it's going to reflect on you. You're afraid of how either people will think of you, or maybe what you'll think of yourself, or what does it really mean to have been involved in this? I don't know if you know the musician Carole King, and if you don't, she's such an inspirational figure as a woman, as a musician, as just a good human being. And she was this really huge star in 60s, 70s, like enormous. The Beatles were actually kind of intimidated by her and her husband. I mean, if you can imagine that, that's how big she was. And she had some good marriages, but she married a nut job at one time, and he ended up overdosing on cocaine, which was probably, well, it saved her from some more physical abuse, shall we say. And she went through such shame and shock about herself because she was like, how could I ever put myself in this situation? She was at the height of her career. Everything was going well for her. Her self-esteem should have been very high. But she allowed herself to be with a narcissistic energy that was self-destructive and physically and emotionally destructive and damaging to her. And that's why I was saying it was good that he self-destructed. But she had to do not just the healing from what he put her through, but that shame in herself about how she didn't watch out for herself and how she was taken in and what does this really mean. But a lot of people were very inspired. A lot of women were so inspired by her story because they thought, well, if there's nothing wrong with her, if such a successful, powerful woman could still have this happen, then it's okay for me. There's nothing wrong with me. Other women who suffered similar abuse felt inspired to start their healing journeys because they found out about hers. And Leo, that's what I see you about to embark on. That you're afraid that if you face this truth about yourself, that it means that you'll have to live in shame, or it means that you'll have to live in guilt. But what it actually means is that you will heal that which you are seeking so desperate to heal, which is that ruptured trust with yourself. So we're talking about with this card here is that there's been a rupture of trust with yourself, and you're crying out for that to come back. And you will come back to it. I do see that happening. But what you're so afraid to face is yourself. It's nothing to do with the other person, but who you're so afraid to face is yourself. And when you can let that go and realize that there is nothing to be afraid of, I mean, you wake up and go to sleep with yourself every day, that you don't have to be afraid of that. This is the way forward for your healing. Okay, Leo, I'm going to continue to draw cards and pull out more messages for you. If you'd like to follow me over there, the link is in the description below. And if not, I look forward to seeing you next time.